A lovely good evening to you, and thank you for tuning in to your favorite and the #1 talk show, evening talk show right here on MX24 TV and in Ghana currently. My name is Oforiwaa and I am your host. You do know that we are here to bring you thought-provoking conversations that you love to be part of and ones that will keep you thinking and thinking deeper. Once again, we are here to make sure that your evenings are not the same. So remember to be part of the conversation. And like I always say, today's conversation promises to be nothing short of educative, interactive, and definitely impactful. Let me remind you that this is an interactive show, so you need to be part of it by sending in your comments, your reactions, opinions, and thoughts to any of our social media platforms, or better still, to our WhatsApp number with the hashtag The Dish on MX24 TV. Tonight's discussion is one that is quite interesting because everywhere right now, we are either anybody at all, every person is either going for this or that. And so tonight we are discussing placing value on what matters, money or fame. We are working hard, we are hustling for the moolah, for the money, right? And that is what people are going to the ends of the world just to find. What happens when you make all of the money and then nobody knows you? That's where fame comes to play. So someone will say that you need to make fame to make money. Others would say that you need to make money in order to make fame. Which one do you place value on? Do you believe that making money would in turn bring the fame, or being famous would rather bring the money? Let us know what you think and then be part of the conversation. And tell a friend to tell another friend that we are on and that the night has just begun. So join the conversation and let's get talking. So like I said, which one do you think is more important or is more valuable? We are different individuals, and so our opinions or our preferences would vary. And so in the studio with me tonight, we have two amazing, beautiful ladies who are going to join us, and that they are going to speak to us from their perspective and also maybe partly from a larger perspective. So you also speak to us from your perspective as well. In the studio and seated right next to me is a beautiful property consultant. Her name is Felicia Adu. Hi, Felicia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm great. You look lovely.
Thank you.
Is red your favorite color?
You know, funny thing, it's really not, but I find myself wearing a lot of red.
It really suits you. It looks really good on you.
Thank you.
So I think you should make her one of your favorites.
Thank you.
Okay, and then next to her, Gabby will say Jay-Z. Our Jay-Z ambassador and president, the one and only Yabitha, a.k.a. Thabita Kum, who is an on-air personality and my favorite doll, or Barbie. Hi, Bitha.
Hi, Oforiwaa.
Are you still in the Barbie season?
Hey, till December. Yeah.
Why know what?
I don't want to go and jump into the lagoon. I don't care.
Hey, take it easy. Take it easy with us. Anyway, guys, so like I said, be part of the conversation and let us know which one is more valuable. Is it fame? Is it money? Can you make money from fame? Can you make fame from money? There are a lot of rich men there. You know, the richest men we have, even here in Ghana. Most of you, on a normal day, wouldn't have known about them, right? But because they are rich, we know all about them and how they started off. Some started with selling cassettes. Some started with, you know, pure water business, salt and all of that. And now they are doing amazing. There are a whole lot of things that we can talk about. So which one do you place value on? Which one do you think comes first? Is it money or fame? Let me start off with you.
Hi.
Which one do you think comes first? Or which one do you personally place value on? What do you think when it comes to the conversation of fame or money? Which one is more valuable?
So I'll kind of not talk about it from a personal perspective.
Okay.
From a larger perspective. Fame is good. You know, fame kind of gives you validation. It gives you like a platform to influence people.
Okay.
You know, and money gives you financial stability. So it kind of boils down to self-awareness. Who are you? What do you prioritize? Okay. Are you looking to be recognized on the street, or you're looking to have a lot of money in your account? You know,
right.
It's basically, it depends on who you are. For me, my North Star is always the people around me, the people I love.
Okay.
So if I have financial stability and I'm able to support them, if I'm able to make them happy, if I'm able to, yes, that will make me very happy. Very happy. And that's fulfilling for me. But if I'm famous and I'm not able to buy my mom what she wants,
Right.
it's not really fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from a larger perspective, it's all about self-awareness. But for me, I would prioritize maybe money.
Okay. Okay, so with what she said, right? Yeah, I'll come to you. I see your lips are shaking and glitching. You have a lot to say. But then on our socials right now, we see people turn famous overnight. There's one thing that puts them on the trends, and then the next minute they are bagging ambassadorial deals and all of that. And some people say that, okay, with that comes the money. Other people also say that they are loud on social media and all around, but it's audio money. It's all about the packaging. So in this aspect, like, what really are we doing?
I do love the term audio money.
Right. So it's all talk, but it's not.
Yeah,
like,
we know a lot of people with audio money. The thing is that right now, the path to achieving fame is different.
Okay.
Before, you really had to do the most. You know, now you can just trend on social media and you go viral. I don't know if I'm using the right term.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a millennial. I'm not Gen Z.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm using the right term, but you go viral.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's good, if I should put it. It's making people able to put out their talents.
Right.
Whether it's on Instagram, it's on TikTok, wherever you find yourself, you can just be yourself, and then you start trending.
Right.
And with that, I think people are gifting and all that. Yeah. Again, I'm not Gen Z. But they are gifting people and they are making money and it's all good.
Okay.
But before it was a path you take alone.
Right.
And you know the I won't say the previous generation, but the generation right before millennials, their strategy was a bit different. You put in the work, you do 8 to 5, you do it till 60. And then you enjoy life. But now we have 20-year-olds booking
flights,
first
class.
class.
So
See the Gen Z. So it's a bit, you can't really say do this and do that.
Okay.
So you can gain this or that.
Or that.
It's a different ball game altogether.
Okay.
It's a different ball game.
Okay.
So as I said before, it's all about self-awareness. What are you
Knowing
comfortable
yourself and what you want.
Fame comes with a lot of pressure. Every day I say nobody has seen me more wretched than the supermarket in my area. I go in there with my wig off,
That's actually true.
with my chalewote.
Yeah. Or your socks, some flip-flops and all of that.
Imagine if I become an overnight famous person or whatever. I have to be so self-aware now. Like I have to put on lip gloss. I have to do
Yeah.
It's pressure. Are you the type of person that can take that pressure? Or you are just laid back? I am laid back. I can't really stress myself. I'm not, you know, it's
not your
different.
thing.
Yeah. So if you look at all that and you feel like, yeah, I can take the pressure, I can take the public scrutiny. Because if you're famous, like your dirty laundry is out there. Yes. So it means that any John on the streets can just give their thoughts
about
any
you
John on the street.
Hi, John.
Any John on the street can just
Right.
give their opinion about your
About
life.
you.
And you have to accept it because you put yourself out there. And I admit, some people are just doing them. You know, maybe they are actors, they are artists. They're just following their talents, they are doing their own thing. But then it comes with fame.
Right.
And they haven't really asked for the public scrutiny, but it comes with it. So if you're the type who you can't really take it when people talk about you, or maybe your self-worth is kind of tied to your fame, and you cannot. You just have to be self-aware.
Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
just be self-aware.
Self-aware. Beatha, agree, disagree, which is more valuable
Well, I don't
to
know
you?
if I'm agreeing or disagreeing, but I think that to be able to make a decision whether I want to be famous or I want to have money, it should be a personal decision. You know, I keep saying determining whether you want fame or money is the most important thing in life. Of course, money is a necessity in life, but I'm going to be completely honest here. If you're a person like me that likes the spotlight, you might prioritize that over money. I won't lie. As a child, even if you are doing choreography, I want to be in front. I want to show everybody that I'm the one that can dance. Yes. But we are fortunate to be in an era where if you're smart enough, you can make something off of fame. But that smartness, you see, you have to find a way to monetize your fame. Right. And that is what is difficult about it. Sometimes you think that you have cracked the code to knowing how to monetize it. But I swear, this is like a journey to hell. The people you meet, the kind of things they'll ask you to do, the kind of things you'll be made to do on camera. Just because, you see, fame gets into people's heads. Yeah. That's the thing. Fame, I keep saying that I don't mind staying in the spotlight if everything I am doing is legal. If it is not legal, I cannot do it. Right. Again, I'll use myself as an example. You know the media. A lot of people say, oh, Yabita and easy, da 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 da. I can neither say we're going out or we're friends or whatever. That is between me and him. But out of that association, the fact that we're creating content, we're actually getting proceeds out of it. And I am not hurting anybody. My parents are okay with it. His parents are okay with it. And the
flowers keep coming.
The flowers keep coming. I keep glowing and growing, baby. So I think that the decision to be famous or to make money is your own. Right. We know rich people that are not out there. We don't even know, but if you meet them,
the dirty billionaires, like nobody knows them.
They're not
even on social media.
Oh, goodness. And then there are the others, like Despite. They have the money, but they want to also be famous. And they have it. And they have also cracked the code to knowing how to maneuver between these two. Right. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes fame, like I said, fame gets into your head. And you end up doing outrageous things thinking that that's the way you can keep the momentum. But trust me, you can have the money and you can also be famous and still, be low-key and just chill, like the way you're doing right now. Yeah.
Okay. but I would want to personalize this for you because a couple of years back, not too long ago, we saw your viral video that it garnered a lot of attraction from the right people and, of course, the wrong people who would want to take advantage of you, right? Yeah. When you were doing that, I know how passionate you are about the media from infancy, like you always say. But when you were putting that video out, right, or when you were recording that video, what was the aim? Was it for fame?
To be very honest, people don't know this. I had already been recording those videos. I had thousands of those videos before that particular one. But the thing is, I was always very scared of posting it outside of my WhatsApp. And see, WhatsApp is limited. It's the people that you know. So I always post it on my WhatsApp, and then people say, oh, you sound really nice. I take the compliments and I go to bed. And the day I made that, I posted it on my WhatsApp. And then a friend of mine, he's on Twitter, Winter. And then he was like, you should post this on Twitter. And I said, I don't even have an account. And I heard that Twitter, people are very mean.
Streets near cold.
And I don't want anybody to say I'm trying to copy somebody, I'm trying to emulate somebody in the wrong way. And then he was like, oh, forget them, post it. And when the things started coming, it got in my head. Let me be very honest. It got in my head. Now, when I was going to work, and at the time I was working with a shipping company, I told my father that he used to drop me around Jolu, and then I have to continue on foot or get like a public transport. So I'm not taking public transport. People know me.
You're a celebrity.
Yes, people know me now.
Oh.
Until the same people that were cheering me on started giving me some backlashes. Because I wasn't because that was the only video I posted. So there's no need to post another video. I really don't get why I should be. Then they started doing, so you posted one video and people said, you're not going to do, and I was like, that's how you guys are. Please give me my nose mask and I'll continue on photo. And I realized that aside my father, nobody is going to foot those bills. The Uber I'll be taking and everything. And until I got a solid job out of that, I went back to my normal, hey, if you meet, you say, yes, my dear, stop taking photos, stop taking pictures, and let's continue with life. And I think that honestly, I am lucky because I don't know the number of people that have done similar videos and posted them that it was unable to get the traction that it got. Right. Or even if it got the traction, were they able to get a job out of it? Were they able to create another thing? Because I wasn't a content creator at the time. But I realized that if people are following me and I hadn't gotten a job.
You need to feed them something.
Exactly. So I started doing other things It wasn't good, but now at least I've cemented my foot in the content creation industry and in the media industry. So if any one of them cast, I can still go to the other one. You get, and I'm happy about it.
Right.
It's just that a lot of people bully you, and I really wish they wouldn't do that because you don't know the person you're talking about. You don't know the kind of things that they are facing behind. Anybody can sit on camera and then smile to you and you know, cover their whatever is going on with them. You wouldn't know, but you're sitting behind with your 3 cedis bundle and you're dissing the person.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
Okay.
That's the only downside.
Okay. So now let's come back to the generation before I think that's Generation X, before millennials, yes. So we have them, and then the way things worked around that time. Now, like everybody sees, we have internet on the go. Everything is on the go. Like everything has been digitalized. So yeah. But before that, you had to put in the work. The likes of our favorite celebrities that we know, right? From actors, musicians, and all of that. You know that they put in the work. They made the sacrifices over the years. And so if they're here today and then it's paying off, you know that, yes, some sacrifice was done. They have worked to get where they are today. So, yeah, let them enjoy their money. So, in that sense, fame before money makes sense.
Yeah.
But now it's almost as though money before fame, because just anybody at all can take a camera, record anything, put it out, and then if you're fortunate enough to have the right number of following or anything, they put them out there, they are viral, and then the next thing, they are bagging all of these ambassadorial deals and all of that. One thing I always ask myself is, we as a people, do we do our due diligence when it comes to these things? Especially as you mentioned earlier, influencers. These are supposed to be people that are exemplary, right? They should have something that others can look up to, copy, emulate, learn from. But just about anybody who is twerking right now becomes famous, and the next day they are bagging all these deals. See, it doesn't matter who you are, what you've been doing for years, or what you stand for or represent. Someone will come with a twerking video and come and take all of those deals or even positions that you could have handled better. Do we as a people do our due diligence as to who we are called whatever rewards to? Or is it just about who is famous, who has the numbers, who is out there, who is loud enough, who is brutal enough to sell my product or my brand?
I like the word brutal. It's okay. So me as a salesperson, as a property consultant, I do a lot of. I kind of represent my clients. I try to sell their properties or get them to buy property. And if you are a sales and marketing kind of mind-oriented, you really don't care who is twerking and who is reciting Bible verses.
Okay.
It's all about who will get you the result you want. You see, who has the numbers?
They do.
Exactly. So right now, I get it. I'm new to TikTok, and as somebody is trying to help me, and I sometimes go on there and I see people on live trying to get followers. I'm like, what the hell? Excuse my French. What is going on?
Yeah.
Follow my top 10, follow my top 5. Like,
Send me gifts.
yeah, I'm confused. I'm lost. But the thing is, everybody wants the numbers, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It is just the numbers and who you can pull, who you can influence.
Right.
That's who you are as an influencer. So you can check on YouTube. A lot of people do real estate videos, which I look up to a lot. Real estate videos, how it costs, how much it costs to live in Ghana, people in the diaspora trying to relocate, and how much it would cost you, and all that. The thing is, you look at who can give you the most sales. So it's an aggressive world out there. Yeah, you have to get the numbers.
Okay.
You know, before you have to have the knowledge. You have to have real estate knowledge.
No, we don't even
you
care
have to
about
get you have to know what square meters is that, or how much numbers. Just get me my sales and I give you your money. And that's basically being an influencer. If you twerk and you're able to give me 10 sales,
They'll take it.
I'll take it. And if you're able to tell me everything about real estate industry in Ghana and you don't get me any, how do I care?
Okay.
So it's tricky. It's very tricky.
Wait, so not to cut you, but then do you think it's with the involvement of time?
I think it is.
Okay.
This is the best time. I'm a very positive person, and I'm always saying this is the best time to be alive. Like, I'm so fortunate to be alive
today, right?
in this era. You know,
Right.
it's a difficult era. I mean, we all lived through COVID, but it's a good time to capitalize on
What
social
a time
media.
to be alive. So it's it. So it's it.
It's a good time. I'm not going to lie. Everything is done for us. And I'm sure even the baby boomers, that's the generation, our grandparents' generations, they cannot relate. Because they really had to put in the work. You know?
Even us.
They really had to put in and do the most. But they don't understand that if somebody is twerking on TikTok, they also put it in the work. They are putting in the work.
That's
Right.
You know, the fact that you don't recognize it as proper work
Doesn't mean it's no work. Okay.
You get
it's
dicey.
to each
It's a bit
his own.
to each his own. That's my motto. To each his own.
own.
I mean,
each his
I just
own.
want to add up to what she said. Yesterday, I got a call to do a voiceover, and it was about gift cards, and I have never redeemed an iTunes gift card before.
Okay.
But when the guy said, I just went to
Because the
Google.
money was good.
I just went to search, what is iTunes? What do they do? I did voiceover. I said, oh, I like your voiceover. I said, thank you very much. Please refer me to other people.
Okay. But can we say that there's, of course, there are pros and cons to everything, right? So there are good sides, there are bad sides, and all of that. If Beatha starts talking now, we'll go for a break and she'll still be talking. So I'll start off with you and then I'll go to her. What do you think between fame and money, right? Placing value on the two. What do you think are the pros and cons of each? In relation to, like you said, being in this era,
Yeah.
how things are done today. Do the downsides outweigh the good sides? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Okay.
So for fame, you're looking at, you have validation, you have the platform to influence others. For money, you have financial stability. And these are all good parts. It always comes, I mean, you have good parts and bad parts.
Right.
It's just that for fame, once again, you have the public scrutiny and constant people just being in your business, which is still public scrutiny anyway, and shallow relationships.
You
But
don't know.
shallow relationships kind of cuts across, because I know rich people too who are super paranoid. They don't know if people are with them
for who they are, what they have. Right.
Exactly. So shallow relationships kind of cuts across. I think that's the major or the first point when it comes to demerits on whether it's fame or money. Yeah. Famous people don't know if people are with them for the fame or for who they are. I was watching the Depp versus Heard.
Okay.
The lawsuit, the hearing.
Yeah.
So now they've actually put everything together and they put it on Netflix. And I was watching.
Oh, it's on Netflix now.
It's on Netflix now.
Okay.
And I think I'm on episode 2. I've not really gone. I've not done all that. But I was just watching. And I really love Johnny Depp. You know, from Pirates of the Caribbean, I loved him.
Amazing actor.
And exactly. And just looking at how just being with the wrong person derailed
Right.
his whole career.
Everything.
And even his mental health.
Exactly. And
the way he got cancelled.
he got cancelled on every platform.
He lost so many things, many good opportunities and all that.
And I think even the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, he wasn't part of it because of all this
All this, yeah.
There was so
scandal.
much controversy. So.
You see, so it's tricky. Nobody knows. You get super paranoid. Oh God, is this person with me because I'm famous? Is she with me because of the red carpet glitz and glamour?
Right.
Is
The
she with
money.
me because of the money? I feel bad for them. Sometimes it's comforting to be broke, right? Because
But when it comes to financial freedom, you would want to have everything.
Exactly. even rich people, even Ghanaians, I can't name any, but the rich people in Ghana, they are always very paranoid because, especially the ones that have a bit of the limelight on them,
Right.
they're always thinking, you've heard of me, you've come here,
Yes.
you know,
You're
you
trying
come
to
here
be
to score, you come here for your rents.
Actually,
You come here for the
someone
Benz.
some time ago, he was like, your rent is due. I felt so embarrassed.
But my rent
So-
isn't due.
So embarrassed. I was just calling to say hello.
They think
It
you're
was
coming
so
for the money.
embarrassing.
It's
crazy.
I can't even put a word on it, but I get them. And if I like somebody, I like you. To be honest, my rent isn't due. My dad has a house. You see?
So you-
So exactly.
Yeah.
So I would like you for who you are, but they won't believe you.
Yes.
Because they think there's
always
an
think you're
angle.
out to get something
Exactly.
from
There's
them.
an angle. What's happening? Is this girl fake? Is she doing too much?
exactly.
Is she doing, yeah,
Right.
Doing too
is
much.
she doing too, that is what hurts me. Is she doing too much?
You're doing too
You're
much.
doing-
This paranoia, right? Do you think it happens with people who have had long-lasting relationships even before the fame? Say you have childhood friends or friends or even a childhood lover,
yeah,
sweetheart,
yeah.
right? High school sweetheart. All through, you guys have gone through it. We can talk about, no, let me not name drop anybody right now. Like, I don't want to. But then, does the paranoia include those people as well? So when you had zero, they were there. All through to now that you have more, you have so much. You have the money, you have the fame, you have everything. Do they
Yeah.
still feel paranoid towards those day ones?
That's a tricky one. I mean, it's important to have your day ones around you. And even with the day ones, sometimes you kind of stray away from your day ones and then you make new friends.
New
and they will
friends.
show you shaggy.
Thank you.
They will show you shaggy, and then you bring that negative energy to your day
day
ones.
ones.
And now you're thinking, this person is saying this because they want that. They did not offend you. I mean, if you meet a young lady on the street and her rent isn't due, but whoever you were engaged with, her rent was due. You can't automatically say she's being nice to you because her
she
rent.
wants-
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Or she
unfair.
wants something.
Exactly. So it's important to have a circle of friends who are solid. You know, but as human beings, we kind of stray. You know, we try new things. That's who we are. And then sometimes it goes well, sometimes it shows
It
us pepper.
doesn't.
And then the pepper kind of traumatizes us, and it's on our minds, and it's imprinted in our brains.
Yeah.
And whatever we do, no matter how mature you think you are, it's still kind
It's
of,
still-
the
yeah.
voice is in your head.
Yeah.
Oh, is this person, even women, I mean, you know, I still remember my first heartbreak, and it was in like primary school.
I was going to say how many years ago.
Primary school.
It was in primary school, and
See
you
how
still kind of, exactly.
Wow.
Share.
Exactly.
They're not showing shaggy here.
Exactly.
Apparently, he gave a sharpener to another girl he wasn't
It was an
supposed to.
eraser.
See. You ladies, you
It was
stress
an
the, you
eraser.
stress the guys.
And you know how primary school is. So now they are teasing him with
Yes.
hair.
They're
and
sitting
you're
together.
left out.
Like you are left out.
You're left out and you're out of the equation altogether. So you're feeling like, now that I'm grown, who is this man sharing his eraser with?
Wait. Oh, you still think about it? Oh my goodness.
It crosses my mind. But it's human nature. You feel that. You're paranoid. You're thinking, you're trying to relate past issues with present issues. We can't escape from that. So having fame or having money, your main demerit is shallow relationships.
Right.
You don't know which is which,
Which is
who
which.
is who, what is happening. You're kind of going in blind, hoping. And the way Ghana is, you know,
Hey.
normally they go in blind and they see shaggy.
Shaggy. Imagine, hey, love is blind, but
Max.
wear glasses. So
They still see shaggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beatha, what do you think about building relationships with fame?
it's tough. When
I
you're
want
famous,
you to personalize this because you're famous.
Hey.
I didn't say you're a celebrity.
Okay.
I said you are famous.
Ah, okay. Thank you for the
Because
clarification.
I don't want you to put you out there just so people will tear you apart. You are too fat to be torn apart. So,
You can imagine.
So let's stick with fame,
It's
right?
actually very difficult. Because when you're famous, a lot of people like you. but not all of them like you. The people that like you can quickly switch.
Sure.
Personally, I am not lucky with friends. Every time I feel like I have a friend, it turns upside down.
Okay.
And when this whole thing happened for me, there were a lot of people that I met. That was last year. But now, there are only 3 that is left. And surprisingly, 2 guys, 1 lady.
Girl. 1 lady, sorry.
Yes. And it's crazy to me because when this whole thing started fresh for me, there were like 4 ladies, and we planned like going out together. And then it got to a point I was like, you see, what drew my attention was every time we make a video, they're like, oh, tag me. Me, initially, my mind is not there that maybe you're using me to grow your account or something, because I mean, it doesn't even matter. What you use your account.
So
yes.
yeah.
But it became something consistent. Like every time, oh, let me come in here, oh, do this. Oh, it's like,
Okay.
you get. Then, you see, in a friendship of 3 or 4 people, 3 will gang up against 1.
Mostly 2.
I realized that the rest of them were meeting, they were going out
Behind your back.
behind me. And it looked as if I was always complaining. I don't like that. I don't like to seem like I'm a complainant. Like every time I'm talking, every time you guys are going out, it's like I'm desperate. I want to be your friend so bad. So I took a step back. I think I went off social media for like a month because I was really hurt. Which brings the whole fame friendship thing into view. I don't know about other people, but I think that when you're famous, you should be very calculative of the people that you bring around you. My father will always say that do not let your friends choose you. You choose your friends.
Choose your friends, true.
And choosing friends should not be done in a hurry. They can be your friends, but to you, you can, in your mind, you're like, they're my acquaintances.
Yeah.
Then you take your time to get to know everybody. Before you call somebody my friend, you should be able to know that this person can stand the test of time.
Okay. Can your friends stand the test of time? That is what Yabitha is asking. But then again, we'll be right after the break. Send your comments coming through and stay with us. Okay, we are back in the studio, and tonight we are discussing the value, which is more valuable, fame or money? Which one do you place value on? And also, before the break, we were talking about building relationships or sustaining relationships with fame or money. So the ladies have had their submission. I want to hear from you as well. What do you think? Do you have anything to add to what he said? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Let us know with your messages or even on our socials in the comment section. Also, now we're going on to ask the personal definition of success. My personal definition of success, if I put it out, I'm not even sure I'd have friends anymore. Even my family will show me. So I'll just stick to the ladies to answer that. And you out there, what is your personal definition of success? Do you think that it's possible to achieve both money and fame without sacrificing any other aspect of life? We women mostly tend to sacrifice, what do they say? Is it the marriage clock or clause, right? Because you're trying to struggle. And then from time immemorial until this era where it's easy to just put something out there, and then if you're fortunate and have, with God's grace, you have the right crowd, you can just blow overnight. Back in the day, you have to do it over a period of years. So this natural clock or whatever clock that they have for we women, they tell you that, oh, your time to marry is now, is between this period and that period. Your time to give birth is between this period and that period. But at a point, you know deep within your heart, you do not want to burden anybody with your finances, with your family. You do not want to come to the table without anything, because now the boys will ask you, what do you bring to the table?
I am the table.
That question, eh? So yeah, while you're making sure that you're equipping yourself to support your partner and to build your home together while taking care of your family and other people that you would want to take care of, that brings you fulfillment, like you said. How do you do all of this and make money and also the fame if you put value on both, right? You said it's money, and that's okay. So no time for fame or whatever. But how do you, if you're going to pair the two, how do you do that and not miss out on other important aspects of life?
Well, that's a good one. So how do you balance it? It's a tricky one. It's very challenging.
Very.
You know, for me, success is not just about earning money. It's more about having fulfilling relationships, achieving your goals.
Relationships really mean a lot to you.
Really does. I'm a relationship type of person.
Lover girl.
I'm a lover girl. And basically just living in a way, living in a way that kind of aligns with your own values. You know, you don't want to do something that will make you sleepless at night.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a tricky one. If you have all these things and you feel like you're successful, I mean, go you, yeah, it's great. But to me, I want to have that and also have $1 million in my account.
Period.
I'm not.
Period.
I'm not being too ambitious. It goes hand in hand. It's not just about having the money in my account. It's just the freedom it affords me.
Right.
So I'm not going to be miserable in my house because I have nowhere to go and I'm waiting for my husband to come and tell me what to do next. I'm going to book a flight to the Maldives. I'm going to wear a bikini all through and through. And I'm going to just feel like myself because truly, you just have
makes
one life.
Your soul
Yes.
joyful.
I cannot
You get
emphasize on this
goodness.
enough. You have one life. And I know my mom is always saying, oh, you have to marry, you have to have kids. And it's,
Did they wake you up on the 1st of January every year to remind you?
she wakes me up every day.
Okay. What is a daily reminder?
Because, you know
Alarm
why?
clock.
You know why? Because I'm an only child. So I'm her I'm her only
I'll
way.
side with Mama on this one.
That she tell you that her knees are getting weak.
Yeah.
And that she can't sit back.
So she wants grandchildren. And see, I want to have grandchildren. I want to have 6. It's all good.
children.
It's all good.
Wow.
6.
But the thing is, if I have 6, am I going to be depressed?
No.
Am I going to sit down at dawn and think, oh, I let go of my life just to do this? Is me being a woman going to be in the way of me achieving my dreams?
Right.
That's the main question. That's what keeps me up at night. Because my job, being a real estate agent or being a property consultant or a sales consultant or whatever you put it, it's very challenging. It's a numbers game. You have people saying no, 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 no. You have one person saying yes.
Yes.
And it's a numbers game. It means you have to be around all these people. You have to have appointments. You have to have meetings. You have to have viewings. You have to have Zoom calls. You have to have all that. You know, and if you don't have a supportive man, which my
Makes it
boyfriend
difficult.
is, if you don't have a supportive man and he's thinking,
You both have
So-
supportive men. That's
yeah,
nice.
and he's
We are not doing
thinking,
this. We are not doing this.
Can she continue?
Yes.
Thank you.
Don't tag me.
and he's thinking you're out there doing you, it won't help. It would not help. And if that's how he is, and he's the one I've chosen to be with, then it means with time I will not be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Because it would look like I have let go of what makes me me
Just to please him.
just to please him. You see? So it's very challenging. Are you going to make money? Are you going to do you? Or you're going to just succumb to societal norms
Pressures
and
and all of
whatever
that.
and just be a woman? You know? I don't know how my mom does it. She's a housewife and she's excellent
It worked for her.
at being a housewife.
You see, I always say that there are people made for everything in life.
Exactly.
There are things you try your hands on and you feel woefully. Another person will do it easily in their sleep.
Hey.
She's excellent at being a housewife. She's up. She's thinking about food, laundry, cleaning.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo,
How are you doing
when are we
this?
taking a nap? And
And she still has time to pray at dawn.
she has time and to call you and nag. She
That's
has
my
time for all
mom.
that. It's a different generation, and that's how probably she was raised. And she finds fulfillment in doing
that.
that. And every time I go home and she serves me, you can see in her face she's smiling. She's happy to see that you're eating the food she has made and you're happy.
Yeah.
You know, that's fulfilling to her But is it fulfilling to me?
No. I said you
That
don't want to talk,
plastic
but you
side
don't want to
eye.
talk.
Side eye there. It means that I have to find my fulfillment somewhere else.
Right.
You see, and I cannot emphasize. We all have one lives. You know, we don't know what happens after we die.
Right.
We do not know. There's no video over there. So it's up to you to make the most of what you have now. You know, and even fame is fleeting. Fame is fleeting. People are
Very.
getting cancelled here and there. You know,
After,
Ghana-
and here, sorry to cut you, but here in Ghana, they give you a very short span of time, like
Yeah, and they will
Exactly.
forget
very
and move on to the
limited.
next
They
person.
will take you there and put you here, and then on to the next.
Exactly.
Quickly.
So if your self-worth was attached to your 15
Yeah.
minutes of fame,
Yeah.
what are you going to do after?
After it's gone.
Depression.
Hey, you gonna suffer.
You're going to be lost. You're going to be just there trying to fit in. Everybody will be looking at you weird, like who is this
Right,
person? Who invited
right.
him or her? You know? So it's what brings you fulfillment. At the end of the day, if you sleep, if your head hits your pillow, are you happy? Are you feeling like, yeah, I did what I could? I did what I could have done. I've created that kind of impact. Are you happy? You know, genuinely, are you happy? If you are, then I think you're successful.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me come to you on the same question. I would say you because you are on the field. You're actively doing this, right? So you're going on the school tours, speaking to the young girls, entertaining them, all of that on socials. I'm sure you get a ton of DMs telling you how they admire you, they want to be like you, look up to you, and all of that. How are you balancing the fame you have, the money you're making, and more to come, and then the real life bit, right? Because behind, when the lights go off, lights, camera, and everything, when it goes off, when you are not creating content, when you are not going out with easy, peppering people on social media, and you get home, you take off your makeup, your hair, and everything. That is the real you. That's your life, your reality. What then? How are you balancing the two?
To be very honest, it gets tough sometimes. But I always tell people that everybody's measurement of success is different. And my measurement of success is setting a goal and achieving it. I always say, my success is going to be 24 in a year. I am a person that has had multiple chances at life. As a baby, very sick. As a grown-up, very sick. I mean, I keep telling people that if I was told that I will make it past 18, I'll tell you you're a liar. So if I tell myself I want to get... Sometimes it's for the frivolous things. But to me, I am very happy. I can say, oh, I saw this wig. I want this wig. Let's say the wig Felicia is wearing. I like it. I want to get it. I will save and buy it, and I will celebrate it. You cannot do anything to me. And the thing is, when we see these students, especially when we go on these tours and we see the students, and then you ask them the question, what do you want to be? I say, I want to be this, I want to be that. Then I tell them that, look, it's okay to have big dreams. It is very okay to have these huge aspirations. But is that what you want? Is that the life? Is that a life that after 10 years, you're still okay doing it? Is that a job that after 25 years, you're not starting to think that, hey, I probably wanted to do this, I could have done that, I could have done this. When we leave here and I go back home, sometimes I'm tired, my room is messy, but I sit down and I look around and I look at my mom and she's happy and I am happy. When she's happy, I'm very, very okay because I feel like I am doing the right thing. If I'm not doing the right thing, she'll sit me down and then she'll tell me that, okay, I don't like this thing that you're doing. But once, I mean, since this thing started from last year, she's never once, my dad and her, they've never once sat down and said that, I don't like this thing. They just like the fact that when the fame came, I didn't, because Ghana here, if you get fame and you sit down and you do, oh, I'm famous, okay, pass your eye under. But I've been able to at least make something out of it.
Right.
And I'm hoping to make more out of it. So when I sit back, every time I speak to these kids, I tell them that, look, first thing I do, I show them the video. Then I show them the comments that came with it. And I tell them, do you see all of these people? I don't know them in real life. And so I don't have to tie my happiness to those people.
Right.
I need to do the things that make me happy and make me feel fulfilled. If you do that, that is the only code to crack in this life. Once you're happy with yourself, once you know that these are the things, these are the icons of success to you, and you do them and you are happy, of course, if it's legal and you're not stepping on anybody's toes, you're good to go. You measure your own success by yourself. Do not allow another person to tell you that, oh, I think that if you're working at CNN, that's when you measure your success. Me. Oh, I'll still be very happy about it because I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
You get, so you measure your own success by yourself. I keep telling anybody I meet, sometimes people see me and then they be like, oh, I feel like when I was working at the shipping company, I'm not going to lie, they were paying me, but I wasn't happy. And one thing I don't like is when somebody's becoming, I don't like that thing.
Because already you're pissed.
Hey,
You're not, yeah.
then there was this supervisor, I didn't do accounting, and I am trying here. In like 2 weeks, I had learnt everything there is to know about the job. And then you sit there and you tell me that when you come to the office, I need you to be very serious. Hey, Wafa, excuse
What's
me.
the offer? Wow.
I didn't do accounting. Why are you telling me that I need to be serious? So when I left and I got into media properly, I was so happy. I didn't care if they're going to pay me or they're not going to pay me. I was just very happy because I knew that even if the money doesn't come, it will come in another way.
Yeah.
You get. So that's me.
Right. And then you do know that we as humans, we have our personal values.
Yes.
Right? Is there a point in time where you think these personal values would clash with the fame or the money that you're fighting so hard or working so hard for? Or at what point would you say that there's a clash, and how do you maneuver your way through?
Right. I personally, if I was to choose between money or fame,
You choose
I'd
money.
ask why not both? Because you know me, I'm very money oriented.
but with a little pinch of fame,
A
right?
little pinch of fame, yeah. So if you're saying that how are my values going against my choices, it will be a very tricky one.
Okay.
Because first of all, my value is to make my mom smile. That's priority number one. And if anything is added on, then it's bonus. It's sweet bonus.
Right.
Sweet bonus. If my personal values are saying that, okay, Felicia, go to work, make money. Get the money and later chase fame. Of course, that's the angle I'll go for. But if it's saying that go for fame and then later chase money,
there's a clash somewhere.
But what if the fame? Okay, so what if the fame is not the international fame or the grand fame, but with what you do, right?
Yeah.
In your career path, that famous in that aspect.
well, that would be awesome.
Okay.
You know, being in real estate, if you're popular, if you're on Instagram, if you have the audience, then anybody who Googles real estate in Ghana, you pop up.
You pop up, yeah.
And then you would be the go-to. They would ask you, oh, okay, I want a property here. Maybe I have a land here. Or, you know, they will always come to you. You'd be like the number one advisor.
Right.
And that's good for business. You
So
see,
in this aspect, you go for the fame first.
if the fame aligns with my personal goals, then it's jackpot. It means that I am going to make money. I'm going to leverage on that fame and make some money.
Right.
Works for me.
Okay.
It really does work for me. So I have never faced that kind of situation where I have to choose one. I would choose both. But if I ever was, then I'll check if it aligns with my personal goals, if I'm going to make an impact, if I'm going to be financially stable with this decision, and of course I'll go for that.
Okay, so before I go to Bita, last one with you. There's a lot of money involved in a deal, right? But your personal values opposes whatever it entails. Are you going for it or are you not going for
If
it?
it's gonna make me sleepless, then no.
Okay.
Then no.
Oh, but it's something you can just easily get off your mind.
You know, recently, I had some drama with a female friend.
Okay.
And I was sitting there, I was like, this girl.
like,
Who do you even think you are?
Yeah.
Like who? Who do you
Right.
even think? But it kind of got to me in a way that I never thought it could. I feel like I'm mature. You know, being through high school, being to Legon and everything, you feel like you've been through a lot.
yeah,
Certain things don't get you, but it does.
it does.
Yeah.
So this thing did, and I kind of looked ahead different, and it wasn't vibing. And I hate negative energy because I always say if you have negative energy, you don't attract positive energy.
Sure.
And I need positive energy. I need positivity. I need people coming to me for advice. I need sales. I need peace. I need everything positive. So even if I'm going through something, I'm always breathe in,
Wow.
breathe in positivity, exhale. Breathe in positivity, exhale
Right.
negative energy. Like I'm always that type of person.
Okay.
I don't have time for drama. You know, I go on Instagram and I see these girls in Maseratis and Bentleys, and I'm like, yo, these girls are not better than me. What is happening? Am I not working hard enough? Am I not in my right alignment? What is happening? You know, and you would think these are material things, but they are in their own alignment. That's why they're getting these things. What is stopping me? You see? So after this drama with this girl, I kind of sat back and I'm like, yo, well,
I like the
let's see how we can spin this into a positive thing.
Okay.
You see? And I did. And it took me a while. And I was telling my man that I'm so full of negative energy.
If I hear my man one more time,
You can drive me off the set. You can take me off the set because I'm obsessed with him, but never mind. But I was telling him that I'm so full of negative energy and I don't know how to let
to
it
get
go.
it out.
You know? And you have to. In this world, you really have to.
Okay.
To achieve anything, whether it's money or fame, you really have to.
Yeah.
And I know there are some celebrities who are a bit, I wouldn't say difficult, who are in their own bubble. That's a better one. In their own bubble. And they don't see anybody. They don't see you for who you are. They don't care.
all.
Yeah. I mean, they are doing them. But to me, I believe that if you're a positive person, you can attract positive energy back into your life. You see? So that is how I roll.
Okay.
That is basically how I roll.
Okay, Yabitha. There's a great opportunity that's coming. You know how it is in the media space, right? But you got to do something to get what you have to use what you have to get what
you want.
And you don't have much.
I don't
but
have
the
much.
little you
How do
have,
I?
you have to use it to get what you want. If it doesn't align or anything at all, not necessarily using your body, if whatever it is going to keep you up at night, or it's something that you can do and get off your mind, but it's going to put you or propel you to a higher dimension, are you doing it or not?
I think I've told this story on Dish before.
I don't
After
remember.
I completed uni.
Oh yes, you did. You
Yes.
have, right?
Look,
I remember.
At the time, I was sitting before this man. It was a bank job. I knew that, the money he was offering was good. And at the time, when I was sitting in front of him, I had come to him, he had seen all my credentials, he had looked through my files. He told me that I am good. And for a communication studies student, of course, being his PA would have been amazing because I can talk, I know how to vibe people, I'm a bit funny, I can be serious,
You are funny.
I know how to time myself, so it would have been good. So why are you now asking for other things?
Oh.
And in that moment, I was sitting, see, I won't lie to you, a part of me wanted to say yes, but how do I look at myself after that? And with things like this, sometimes they tell these stories on social media and we think they're lying.
It's true.
After a thing like this happens, you are not going to enjoy being in the office.
But what's even a guarantee that he's really going to give you the job?
Exactly. Now I start this job and every time you're asking me to go to the WC, every time you're asking me to go to the washroom, how will I now do the job, my dear?
My dear, I brought...
I'm sorry, I'm confused. What are you going to the WC to do?
Felicia.
I'm a bit confused.
I think
What are we going to do there?
We already know. It's
You
gonna be
want to
fireworks.
find out?
You want to? I have his number still. So you know, a lot of these things happen to a lot of ladies, and every time I come on this, I see this. It has to do with your personal values, the morals that you have. Some people, they don't care. They will do anything to get to the top, and I respect that, Charlie. You are strong, oh.
Yeah.
Me, I will start crying before you touch me. Oh, I'll just be crying. Oh, guy, beg. Just give me that job. You know? And I after I said no, when I was going home, I felt bad because I felt like I could, like, people have done it before.
Gabby has a question for you, so when we get upset, he would ask you.
I could have just said yes, done it, and then continue.
Yeah, and then we move.
But there's just this thing. You know, funny enough, the one thing that was on my head is if I agree to do this, once I get home, my mom will see it on my forehead. She'll know that I did something bad.
But you could have showered.
How will I shower before then? The thing is in the office. How will I shower?
Oh, that kind of office.
Yes.
It doesn't have a shower.
It doesn't have a shower.
I'm not do anything. Shower and go.
So, you know.
You guys are teaching me a lot.
So after that, I just told myself that being in the media is hard. Sometimes people think that being on camera, you're rich. But they don't know that. Because me, for instance, sometimes I go to my friends that have hair shops or dress shops and I tell them, can you give me a dress? After the show, I'll do.
Yeah.
There's when I post, I'll tag you. At least people will come to follow you. That's the reality on ground. If I have the money, I will buy it. If I don't, I would rather go for collaborations or partnerships or sponsorships. Right. And I know it's hard. It's a long way to the top, but I am ready to do it.
Okay, thank you so much for the word so sweet.
Thank you.
That was your final word, by the way, and you wrapped it back. You wrapped it up very nicey and juicy. So, Felicia, what would you say to a young lady out there who's contemplating, or even a young lad, right? A male, female, who's contemplating between going for money or fame? What would you tell them?
I would say go for what brings you joy. It's as simple as that. I mean, there's peer pressure. So a lot of people grow up in this TikTok world. People are thinking, yeah, I have to do that. I have to create content.
Right.
Does that bring you joy?
I mean, there have been recent scenarios on TikTok, so.
If it doesn't bring you joy, then trust me, it is not worth it. Go for something that is fulfilling, that gives you the feeling of making an impact.
Right.
That gives you the feeling of joy, the feeling of happiness.
Always.
The feeling of thinking, yeah, I have maybe made an impact. I have created a fulfilling relationship with somebody. You know, a lot of people kind of brush this aside in their, how do I even put it? In their quest for money. Growing up, even in most Ghanaian homes, you'd realize that the dads are absent because they're chasing money. And the kids kind of form that bond with their moms.
Okay.
And after the money has been made, then you find this man in the house trying to chase the bond with the children. It's too late.
Yeah.
So I always say go for something that brings you joy.
Okay.
If getting money is fulfilling, go for it. Is getting fame and recognition and validation and influence is fulfilling, go for it.
Okay, so you heard it from the ladies, and I will end by saying that what you always see, not all that you see on the screens, on the streets, on socials, is the reality. We go through shaggy, but we just cannot come and put it out. And so don't assume that because a person is living the life, that is their reality, and that you going or following in their steps is also going to put you out there. Just like the ladies have said, if it's in alignment with your personal values and morals, of course, go for it by all means, so that it brings you fulfillment, inner joy, and genuine happiness. It's all we wish for, and then we hope that whilst we do what brings us joy and sparks joy in our soul, we are making the money and a pinch of fame. Thank you so much for staying with us and being part of the conversation. Until same time next week, have a great evening and stay safe.